I take you down here.
Today, a Canadian businessman has been flagged for questioning.
And what do you do for work?
I sell fertilizer. District sales manager.
For where?
New York, Pennsylvania.
Are you off today then?
Well, I had a meeting in Waterloo, New York, but I was told I couldn't come over and sell fertilizer. So what they took my Nexus card away. I'm sure you got all that information.
2 days ago, the subject crossed, was refused because he's Canadian selling U.S. product to U.S.-based entities, which you can't do. Where are you headed today?
UPS store just in Buffalo here.
All right, what are you picking up there?
I ordered a bicycle cable and clips for my ear pad, for my Bluetooth.
He shows up today. Now he wants to go pick up packages at an address in Buffalo. Did you have invoices or anything showing that that's where you're going today?
No.
No? So you can't prove that at all?
No.
Can you pull it up on your phone?
Maybe I could.
So since the other day, you haven't been working, or?
Just by phone.
All right, and you assure me you're not doing any of that today?
No, I am not.
All right, have a seat.
Can I have my phone, please?
No, we're gonna hold on to it till you're out of here. All right? We're just looking to make sure that it's not a cover story for him doing the same thing he was 2 days ago. We're gonna go through his car, go through his phone to make sure he's doing what he says he's doing.
At O'Hare International Airport in Chicago, U.S. Customs and Border Protection is on the hunt for malicious mail.
All right, I'm gonna stop this real quick.
Today, a box from Russia gets some special attention.
It's kind of a strange packet, and I see a few of them that are identical. They're going to different people, looks like, but there's a few of them. And they kind of look strange on the x-ray as well, so I'm just gonna open one. If they're good to go, I'll let the rest of them go down the road. If not, I'm gonna have to grab the rest of them. Feels like it's Monopoly, but it feels a little thicker than cards. Just making sure there's nothing else in here. This is definitely not Monopoly.
Inside the terminal,
Okay, how much money do you bring with you today?
Monopoly money isn't what these officers are searching for.
We here in Chicago work a lot on currency seizures.
Let me see your green card.
Tracking inbound and outbound cash combats money laundering, which funds organized crime and terrorism.
We like to hit up random passengers.
How much cash are you bringing, sir?
You only have $400.
People lie to us every day. I don't take anybody's word.
Today, 2 outbound travelers have been selected for a random currency inspection.
How much money are you guys traveling with today?
10,000.
You have $10,000?
That's a flag right away. Nobody just carries exactly 10,000.
Why do you take it out of the country?
Our family is in Nepal.
All right, I'm gonna explain something to you guys, okay? You can travel with as much money as you want, but if it's more than $10,000, you have to report it. Failure to report the amount of money that you actually have, the government can seize the money. So $10,000, you don't have $1 over 10,000.
No.
Nothing. If I go through your bag right now, I'm not even gonna find $1.
Maybe, yeah, it's a little bit.
Okay, so when I ask you how much money you have, you need to tell me how much money you have.
10,000, maybe 10,400.
Any type of deception that you get with somebody's interview, we count the money, and then we look for excess money.
Don't reach down. Just let me do my job. You're getting too close to my gun. You see my gun? Stand back.
Okay, take your jacket off.
You know, I'm the master at looking through wallets, my friend.
All right, sir.
That's what I do.
I definitely wanted to do a bag search.
Just, can you take a step back, please?
Any other money that we find, we can seize the money.
Okay, here's all your money. I counted 10,426, okay? You're not always gonna run into an officer who gives breaks, okay?
We return the money back to them. There's no fee, anything like that. And next time you're traveling with this amount of money, what are you supposed to do? Fill out a form, okay? Here's your passport.
At the Ambassador Bridge in Detroit, Michigan,
I was just trying to go back to Sarnia.
a Canadian commuter ends up at the US border by mistake.
I don't have anything with me other than my license.
She basically got lost coming from Windsor. The second she pulled up to the primary booth, the officer noticed that she was very, very nervous. She was shaking. Kind of an odd reaction for somebody already to be shaking like that. You have no narcotics on you.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I said no, I don't.
We're gonna find it, so you better just be honest.
Okay, if I do, I don't know. I didn't know it was in my car.
Sure, you can have a seat. The car search turned out to be positive.
Back at O'Hare,
Feels like it's Monopoly, but it feels a little thicker than cards.
an officer isn't playing games with a package arriving from Russia.
This is definitely not Monopoly. We have cigarettes. They don't have the Surgeon's General warning label. We don't know how they made this tobacco. We don't know where they produced it, and that's the concern. So we don't allow this. Gonna have to get them all. I have 5 packages here. So at this point, I'm gonna go notify my colleagues so that we all can be aware of what to look for.
Those look familiar. Let's see.
Oh, I see some discrepancies. I'm gonna see what this is.
A bunch of these, they've been coming through in groups, too, at the same time. Russian language writing on there. It's pretty much the shape.
Yep, Monopoly.
Illegal Marlboro cigarettes.
They're not from here. Nope.
Sometimes they'll send 1 at a time, 2 at a time. They'll kind of try to spread it out to kind of sneak them through. And then other times they'll just dump a whole big bin in there and just hope that it gets missed somehow.
We're gonna seize these. We found a total of 76 boxes today. We're gonna end up incinerating them just because they're in violation of the US code. I want to make sure that these cigarettes are not coming in so that the public can be safe.
At the Peace Bridge crossing in Buffalo, New York,
Where are you headed today?
UPS store just in Buffalo here.
officers suspect a Canadian fertiliser salesman may be cultivating a lie.
2 days ago, the subject was refused because he's Canadian selling U.S. product to U.S.-based entities, which you can't do. You assure me you're not doing any of that today?
No, I am not.
He shows up today. Now he wants to go pick up packages at an address in Buffalo. We're gonna go through his phone to make sure he's doing what he says he's doing. Actually, nothing on the phone.
Huh, interesting.
I'll go through the car,
Okay.
and then I'll talk to him again. There we go.
The officers locate the traveler's day planner.
The only thing in here would be Waterloo. 2 days ago, he totally couldn't go.
No business meetings appear to be scheduled, so officers called the traveler's U.S. employer.
All right, you said he's meeting with them tomorrow? Okay, I mean, like, is he getting paid today then? All right, bye. He's actually going to a meeting today in New York, and then tomorrow morning he has a meeting in Erie, Pennsylvania. All right, so today you said you're just going to the UPS store?
Correct.
Why would he tell me that today you're going to New York State for a meeting, and then tomorrow you're going to Erie?
At the Blue Water Bridge crossing in eastern Michigan,
How often you make this run?
U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers greet thousands of travelers every day.
99% of the traveling public that we encounter are good people.
Where's your final destination with this stuff?
It's our job to find that 1% to make sure they don't bring in whatever it is they're trying to bring in.
Today, a routine name check on a Canadian trucker comes back as armed and dangerous.
Where's home for you?
I live in Montreal.
Montreal, okay.
I am a drug driver.
There's a driver and a co-driver, and we bring them both inside because we want to make sure that they aren't armed or dangerous. All right, go ahead and sit down. How often do you cross the border? Is this first time?
No, it's the second time. But I have any problem.
Until we know who you are, we keep the handcuffs on you for your safety.
While one officer conducts personal searches on the travelers,
What we do is we check them for weapons.
another officer contacts the local authorities to verify the alert. And outside, the vehicle search begins.
We're going to look inside the cab of the truck, looking for any kind of contraband, currency, weapons, things of that nature. We've got to check every inch of this truck to make sure that there's nothing coming across.
In Buffalo, New York,
You sure you're not doing any of that today?
No, I am not.
officers suspect a Canadian may be doing business in the US without a permit.
2 days ago, he was refused because he's Canadian selling U.S. product to U.S.-based entities. You said he's meeting with them tomorrow?
Leading them to call his employer
He's actually going to a meeting today in New York and then meeting in Erie, Pennsylvania.
and his bluff.
All right, so today you said you're just going to the UPS store?
Correct.
Why would he tell me that today you're going to New York State for a meeting and then tomorrow you're going to Erie?
No, tomorrow I'm going to Erie. I was not going for a meeting today, so I'm not sure where he gets that one from.
Then who's your meeting with tomorrow?
I was supposed to give him a presentation on phosphorus pollution in Lake Erie.
Do you know who pays the business tomorrow?
I'm not paid for that. It's part of my salary. It's just,
But I'm saying your salary is paid by a U.S. company. If he is misrepresenting a material fact, it's committing fraud, and he gets at least a 5-year bar from entering the U.S. for doing that.
I just want you to be sure what you tell me is truthful.
Right.
Because it can be used against you in a criminal proceeding.
Right.
Because there's some suspicion surrounding your entry. And you understand that.
Yeah.
So before he asks you anything further, is there anything in this that he's done so far that you want to change? That you might have said that was partial truth, not full truth?
At the Ambassador Bridge in Detroit,
You have no narcotics on you.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I said no, I don't.
officers search the vehicle of a Canadian commuter who landed at the US border by mistake.
The car search turned out to be positive.
Looks like 2 small bags of marijuana, a pipe so far, some other paraphernalia, rolling papers, cigarillos. We'll go in, we'll talk to her from there, see what else we can come up with.
Officers frisk the traveler, but the search is negative.
Just have a seat, just relax, take a deep breath. We've got to work through this, and we'll get it worked out. You know, but it is illegal here. We've got to seize it. We're going to work from there, okay? I've dealt with a lot of people. No reason to get upset and be confrontational with them. The more calming you can be to them, the easier it is to get through the situation and work forward.
Anytime anybody brings drugs across, there's a fine of $5,000, which is a mitigated fine, okay? Which what happens is if you can pay us at least a small amount of that, we knock it down. It's kind of like bond.
I'm very upset right now because I do not have the finances to cover this fine. I chose to use marijuana to help control my anxiety, so now I feel like I'm being punished for that.
The problem is, if you don't have that money, we have to seize your car.
In Buffalo, New York,
Do you know who pays the business tomorrow?
I'm not paid for that. It's part of my salary.
Yeah, but I'm saying your salary is paid by a U.S. company.
a Canadian suspected of doing business in the States without authorization is given one last chance to come clean.
Is there anything in this that he's done so far that you want to change? That you might have said that was partial truth, not full truth? You are a representative of a U.S. product, correct?
Yes, on occasion.
But you omitted that from your inspection with him, correct?
You're right.
You also said that you did not sell the U.S. product. You said that while I was here. Yeah. But that was a complete and utter lie, we'll say.
Well, it was more like what you said. It's a half-truth.
It's not a half-truth. You represent a U.S.
lie
product.
is a lie. You're right. Okay.
Why didn't you tell him that you're selling a U.S. product?
Because I didn't want to go in jail.
Well, you won't go to jail today. You're not going to come in today. That's my decision. You're going to have to go back.
Since you came clean, it was best case scenario for you today. We're just going to turn you around. If you continue to tell half-truths, either 5-year bar, lifetime bar, or possible jail time if we felt you were committing fraud. Ultimately, he was refused today because what he's doing is he's selling U.S. product to U.S. companies. And that's a job that, in most cases, a U.S. citizen should do. He can't do that as Canadian. He just has to apply for work authorization in forms of visas. I'm gonna give you that stuff back. Yeah, that's your phone. I'm gonna hang on to your passport and then the slip you need to give to Canada.
Had he been truthful, he probably would not have had the need to go through his cell phone, inspect the vehicle. Just be honest, truthful about what your intention is.
In Port Huron, personal and vehicle searches are underway after a Canadian trucker's name triggers an armed and dangerous alert.
We've got to check every inch of this truck to make sure that there's nothing coming across. All right, this truck is all clear.
And so is the driver and his passenger.
He's not a match to physical characteristics that we use with image. This was the case of mistaken identity. Okay, we're all set to go. I'm gonna try and get that fixed so that this doesn't happen again. With a common name, unfortunately, there's many of them, so we have to determine that he's not the one.
Pour moi, c'était choquant. Bien sûr, j'ai eu de la peur, beaucoup de la peur.
We don't like repeat performances when it comes to these matters. It's stressful for the driver or passenger as well.
In Detroit,
It is illegal here. We've got to seize it. We're going to work from there, okay?
a Canadian crossed the US border by mistake. Now, her bag of medicinal marijuana may cost her.
Basically what happens anytime anybody brings drugs across, there's actually a fine. If you don't have that money, we have to seize your car. The minimum we have to have for you to walk out the door and keep your car is $500. So I don't know if you have parents or somebody that can help you with that.
Can I use my phone?
Yeah, do you want to use your phone?
The traveler makes a call to the bank of mum and dad.
I don't know what else to do. Okay.
All right, what do you say?
He's gonna transfer 500 into my bank account.
She paid the fine, $500, and then she's able to go. Do you have any questions before you leave here?
Someone gonna show me where I need to go when I...
Right, you might as well take 96 and 94.
My parents are freaking out. I don't know what else I can do about it other than not take the wrong turn again, I guess.